Hey, welcome back to the Garden Hutch. Week 21 has been eventful, if I can say that. We're going to take a few moments today and just kind of catch you up on the old garden and some chicken business. So let's get going. So the first thing we wanted to talk about is the potatoes. So we had some of our purple potatoes that we planted in this space on this side. Earlier in the past, we showed you the space where we had our Yukon Golds. They were on this row and they did great. We got about 7 pounds total out of those potatoes that we dug up. But our purple potatoes, it was time to pull them as they were dying back and it was ready to get those out of there. So today we came in and we dug up our purple potatoes out of this space, and just this space alone we got a basket full of potatoes. Now I am really excited. This, just looking at this, does not really give it justice, and of course there's one last Yukon Gold that we missed. But if you get in here and you pick up these purple potatoes, they're huge. I cannot believe how big these are. Usually purple potatoes do not get this big. We got lucky. They're awesome. I guarantee you there's a little over 10 pounds in here just based off of these big ones. I mean, look at this guy. That's amazing. So yeah, we are getting potatoes this year and we are so excited. And hey, welcome to the family friendly purple potato with your little tiny head. You get some odd shapes in here. I just wanted to kind of give you some perspective of the space we grew. Just these purple potatoes, there was about 4 plants in here. From 4 plants, we got over 10 pounds. Insane. Pretty interesting to see how many potatoes you can get in just a small space, and wanted to really share that with you guys. So here in just a second, I'm going to take you over and check out our green beans. I love green beans. Jeremy stated in our last video update that green beans are one of my favorites. We haven't been able to really grow them in the last 3 years because of chickens. But since we fenced everything off, we thought we would try the green beans in this garden. And I'm about to show you what happened with that. Green beans. Let's talk about them. This space right here at the end of this bed was just kind of empty. We had a few onions in here, you know, just a few radishes, some things, and then we were going to let this corner sit. Well, we decided to come in this year and put some green beans in, fill in some space, see what we can do. They're in a nice sunny spot in the middle of the day. They get a little bit of shade in the later afternoon when the heat really sets in. So, you know, we did have a moment where we had some blistered leaves from some super hot weather that we got early on in the beginning of May. But so far, these things are kicking strong. And I will tell you, I am so ready to pick green beans. If you can see on here, they are growing. It is full of blooms. In the middle, I don't know if you can see how many blooms we've got, but they're just everywhere. Look at these green beans. I'm so ready. I'm just excited. This year, we're going to try canning some. We like eating them on our garden salads. I just like fresh, raw green beans. Just pop them off and eat them. They're really tasty. They got an awesome crunch. And new thing that I tried last year was dilly beans. I don't know if you are all familiar with a dilly bean, but my best friend told me about pickled green beans. They have a weird crunch, so good. They taste like a dill pickle. I tried them with our golden wax beans last year, and they turned out great. I love them. My best friend's kids love them. So we're going to pickle some green beans this year, and I'm really hoping that we get enough that we can set several jars canned away for the winter time for us to come back to. If not, we're going to flash freeze them. Keep them in freezer bags in the freezer. You can pull them out, cook them as you need them, so you preserve as many as you can. But our goal is, once the potatoes come out over here and we clear out all these potatoes, while this bed is resting for our fall potato planting in September, we're going to go in and put some more green beans in. So I'm hoping we get plenty of green beans. We'll see what happens. Green beans do really well in the heat, so fingers crossed. We've got tons of beans, tons of potatoes, and we thought that would be a great spot to just kind of do some interplanting, you know, rotation of crops while this bed is going to settle in for our fall potato planting. But man, y'all, this spot of green beans is just banging right now. Super, super excited to share this with you guys. So next, we're going to take a quick look at my cucumbers. Got a lot to tell you about those guys, so let's take a quick peek. Before we take a quick peek at the cucumbers, I wanted to show you the potatoes. They're just spilling out of the beds. It is wild over here. It's Potato City. So eventually, you're going to be seeing our russet potatoes. I was guessing 54 pounds. We've already got almost 20 pounds out of this thing just from that front corner. I don't even know. We're going to go above my prediction. So Jeremy still hasn't made a prediction because obviously you can't now that we have picked so many. But I just had to show you how they're spilling out in the walkway. And our grass, it's growing. Hi, Shadow. But take a look at these cucumbers. So on this side of the trellis is our slicing cucumbers. You can pickle them. I do cut them up and pickle a few when they're smaller, but we try to let them get as big as they can because we like cucumber and tomato salad in vinegar. So this is super awesome that they're growing up this trellis that we made. This year we tried a stronger trellis system as opposed to the bamboo, just because they took over the bamboo and we had a lot of issues with bugs because there were so many that we started in here. So this year we kind of delicately placed them in, made sure they were spaced out enough so the vines have room to grow and add on to what they've got going on. But slicing cucumbers are doing really well, and our dill is doing great. These fronds are so fun and they smell delightful. I also wanted to show you our zinnia. Zinnias are doing great in here. Gonna have another open soon. But let's take a step towards the pickling cucumbers. I have things to show you guys. So down here on the other end are my pickling cucumbers. Sometimes we'll grow a Boston pickler or a Chicago pickler. They get about yay big, and that's the size you want to use. Baby gherkin pickles are amazing. Once they hit this size, they're perfect in your pickling recipes. But this year we went ahead and did the Boston. Last year we did Chicago, and they turned out really well, and we had a lot. I put away about 60 jars. My goal this year is to hit 100. I may go over. We'll just see what happens. That's a later video for us to talk about. But I wanted you to take a peek and see our very first cucumber. He's growing. Little bitty guy. I'm so happy that these things are blooming. We got a few more in here. If you can tell right there's a little cucumber. But it's just going wild. And the bees love these blooms. So they get in here, they'll pollinate, especially when they really start blooming. So you're going to see a lot of work in here for the honeybees. And it's going to be great because I think they're going to do a lot of justice, especially since we were able to space them out this year. The bees are going to have a little bit more easy time getting in here to pollinate. But I had to share with you all my first cucumbers growing. So I would say in about 2 weeks, those are going to be big enough for me to start really picking them, taking them off the vine, getting them ready to go. I try not to pick them unless I've got a good, I would say, 1/4 pint amount, just because they don't do well sitting in the crisper for a day after you rinse them off. They kind of get soft. And then, of course, they don't pickle very well. So, well, we may have to wait and see how many more we get. Right now, I've got about 3 forming. So, it's, of course, definitely not enough for me to even pickle yet. But give me about 2 to 3 weeks. We'll be pickling our first jar for the year of 2023. So last vlog, we talked about our chicken disaster, how the chicken got stuck in the wood chipper, and I had mentioned the baby chickens were another story for another time. They are now 6 weeks old, and I wanted to bring you along and show you their progress. And a little purple guy is Pretzel. Now let me tell you, We hatched these chicks this year to see how many we could hatch successfully, how well it was going to go, letting our broody hens do all the work for us. And they're growing strong. They're getting big. They're having fun. They like to do chicken zoomies. One downfall. Hello, chicken. I see you. One downfall that we've experienced, and here's the story for you. 3 of these 7 chicks have turned out to be roosters. I don't know if you can see Pretzel, the little blue one. I was really hoping for a hen. I have a few blue Plymouth Rock hens, and they're fantastic and friendly and lovey. They live 8 to 10 years. Turned out to be a rooster. The little one that just ran by, that's over there by the pallet roost, that's Elliot. He turned out to be a rooster. He's a California tan. He's really fun, and the California tans are really docile. They don't fight a lot, but we don't need any more roosters. We have 3, 2 of which were supposed to be hens, turned out to be roosters, and here we are with 3 more roosters. And you can tell he's a little feisty guy. I see you. There's Eleanor doing her mommy business. Hello, Ellie. But we did get 4 hens out of the batch, and they are hilarious. I'm telling you, I come out here every day. Since they're big enough, I've been letting them out to roam around and kind of stretch their wings, fly, catch some bugs while they're running around. Hi, Elliot. And they seem to enjoy it. So after the early morning hens get done nesting in here, they've made a nest behind me in the straw. When they get done laying their eggs in the morning, I'll come out and I let Eleanor and the babies out so they can run around and explore. There's the chicken zoomies. As always, it's so fun getting to show you guys what's going on in the gardens, what we're growing, what we're pulling out, how are the chickens doing, all the life that's living in this garden, especially the bees on the petunias. I hope you enjoyed that little glimpse of paradise that I get to enjoy every week. It's been exciting, and we continue to find something new every day. If you haven't already, please hit that little bell icon. It'll send you a notification when we got new content. We put out 3 videos a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. We might start putting a little bit of shorts out there just to give you a glimpse of our funny business that we experience, especially with the cats. They're hilarious. And we just thank you all for joining us. Subscribe if you really enjoy this information and this material that we're putting out, even if it's just for a laugh. Definitely something we want to spread some joy to the world. So thank you again. We hope you enjoy your week. We'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.